Check it out. We changed the thumbnail, and we'll start this show in a moment. Let me go to this one over here. Okay.
All these names.
Something gotta get out there. Okay. Check it out. We changed the thumbnail, and let's do this. It's gonna take a moment, folks. Thank you for your time. A lot of people will say, "Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know." Just like them doctors and shit. I didn't know. You did. You knew. You just didn't want to admit it because you had too much to gain. It's just the facts. Anyways, here we go. Let's put this in this direct Assange. I think some stuff this is relevant for that. So we're saving that. Okay, I think it's updating the thumbnail now. Refresh.
So I just want to remind you that what.
Yeah, do that. Okay. Aha. Go to Assange. Activism. Okay. We're about to dig into it. Just changing the. Okay, the thumbnail has been changed. We are ready to go. I will open the video so I can communicate with people that may be watching. We're gonna be calling some people out, stuff like that. So no prisoners will be taken today. Activism. Okay. Okay. Well, let's get to the business. So first of all, today we see that you can see that Jimmy Dore is complaining about Fox News being the only mainstream outlet to report on Free Assange rally. Okay. And you can see here that, you got Chris Hedges, his boy again, right? Yeah. He's got all the stars on his channel, but there's a select group, yeah? Actually, I was recently on, I just saw this one over here, right? You can see over here, here's Katie Help with Aaron Mate again. They're always together, yeah? They're like a little crew that helps each other and keeps other people out. They're trying to run a straight monopoly, right? Yeah? The dude's trying to run a monopoly on the progressive YouTuber game. You know what I mean? Straight up. And he's got his little people under him that's ready to help his ass out. You know what I mean? That's fake and foul. He lays it's sickening how he actually lays out the actual game plan in his own show, which is quite the call out right there.
Saturday formed a human chain outside Britain's parliament that stretched. Assange, who is currently being held at London's high-security Belmarsh prison, will Guantanamo Bay detention camp. Not the people who did that stuff. The people who did that stuff, they're all celebrated today.
And the people that covered up the Assange stuff, right? Yeah, and the People's Party are being celebrated today. Exactly, fucking Jimmy, you fucking dumbass. Here you could see Misty Winston, who actually he actually credits with doing this actual protest, right? Yeah, they're really controlling the who gets.
WikiLeaks founder has COVID in UK prison.
That's it.
That's it.
Multiple speakers at the rally in D.C. That's That's really Jimmy Dore through Misty Winston. They're creating fake activists, straight up. And what I really need is for fucking Paula Jean or for freaking Zainab to back me up. They not gonna. For a while, you could see that Misty Winston was on this program called KRTD. Now they call themselves Kerberos Media Productions. And you can see that 8 months ago, a year ago, right, they were trying some stuff out on the channel. Then they stopped. Now Misty is back to Action for Assange, right? She stopped messing with this particular show, Free the Truth. They just decided to stop. I guess they didn't feel the views were really and also they want to keep this. They want to keep this crew hungry, right? They're feeding this lady Jimmy Sinclair. They're feeding her. She might get to be the next one. They'll drop her in a second. You know what I mean? She ain't really turning the numbers. She's a good-looking lady, but she really ain't turning the numbers like that. Now she's going after a bunch of celebrities like Megyn Kelly. Okay, go ahead. You know what I mean? Go ahead. You got a new Jimmy coming on a lot more. Before she wasn't on. Now she making regular content. Okay. Mm. You'll notice that people like Jimmy and Misty are raised up in the world here. Yeah, I did something with Four Party and MPP. They're never going to talk with me about that, right? Now they talk about Yang's Forward Party. There was a potential for MPP and Yang to move together. And that was at the convention, but nobody going to talk about that. Just a new cycle of victims. You could see them platforming Jackson Hinkle for Force the Vote.
What is the point?
Christine Olivo, right? Yeah. They pick and select who gets to be a part of it. Yeah. I was there. You don't see nothing about my participation. Here's Jackson Hinkle, right? Yeah. If I was there, you can see the angles. They deliberately cutting me from the angles. They will make that happen. I was at this event. Yeah. They scared to. Then here's Ricky Rance, Medicare for All, my white replacement in that movement. Because I'm Asian American and black people, you know, it'd be nice if y'all would acknowledge some of the bullshit that happened. I was at this event, yeah?
If we don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down.
He's a manufactured leader in this movement, Jackson Hinkle. Who did? Because he's willing to do whatever Jimmy Dore says. Same thing for Ricky Rance. They see that as a pathway up. They're willing to sell out actual whistleblowers, right? Yeah. So they can celebrate with the whistleblower that counts or the whistleblower that matters. It's frankly fucking sickening. I'm not the only one cut out. He might even he'll probably even work with the Schiller Institute and the LaRouche people, right? The LaRouche people are willing to themselves turn a blind eye to the truth or willing to perpetrate a fraud and get in the game with Jimmy Dore in order to do you stand on principle or do you stand on winning? Even if it means stepping on some people that sacrificed in this game for it. It doesn't matter if you're an ally, they'll just stab you in the back and leave you in the fucking trash. Hey, guess what? You're not the first. The chosen leaders of the movements. There's Fiorella, the chosen leaders, the people who get to be part of it. You get to be somebody, not me.
I'm just tired of being treated like I'm not worth shit.
Did I speak at this event? I sure did. You see the footage on my channel, right? They're deleting it. So now, there are, right, the thing is that really, if you take a look at, and there's a lot of criticism about like, the way that Jimmy Dore be trying to fork things back to Fox News and stuff. That's because Tucker Carlson's joined his little squad. And they're in like a similar, they're not tight, yeah? But they're in a similar circle. So rather than bring up other people, you think that there's nobody else working on the Assange thing but Jimmy and his small crew of people? That's because anybody else who's working in it is chased out and demonized. And, you know, if you're effective in any way, if you go above and beyond what they want, then you are excommunicated. We're picking on the New York Times and the Guardian. Y'all are doing the same game. They're doing the exact same thing in this space. The exact same fucking thing. I tried to call out peace when I was at Force to Vote. I'm the first person to Force to Vote in the nation. Doesn't matter what doesn't matter if the American Indians were here first. Right? Yeah? The white people in power now, fuck you. That's really a lot of the attitude that goes on against people that look like me. Native American Indians, and Asian Americans, we are cousins. In many ways. For a long time, right? Yeah. I was at these events where I actually documented my time working with the Assange people. So go ahead, right? Yeah. Go to these past events and see if, you know, these other people are there. Who's being put in charge of the Assange movement Oh, it's Misty, right? Yeah, they want to do it with someone else in New York, but they don't have anybody. They might be able to get Jose Vega to do it. That would be a dream come true for them. Go ahead, Jose. Jose's being brought into the Revolution Blackout. They're making the pitch to him right now. They're pitching Jose hard. And all the leaders in his movement will, with something to gain. Jose, you make your own decisions. I know you're running for an office soon, right? Yeah? Are you going to try to stay silent about what's going on here? Maybe you should know about what's going on here, Jose. Are you going to be convinced to be silent in the cause of justice? What did Martin Luther King say? An injustice against one is an injustice against all. Yeah, Jose? Are you being convinced to overlook the suffering and of the little people? Are you being convinced to turn your back on when you yourself have had your back turned on by these people? When you yourself have also been on the front lines of this stuff where they haven't, right? Will you turn your back on another one for your chance up now? I really hope not. Oh, Suzanne was at this thing. Oh, that was who it was, yeah. See? Information there. Yes. See? Who's here? This guy? You know, I mean, I know this guy has been around. I haven't seen him around lately. This lady I haven't seen anymore. Haiti Liberté. I know that this guy, yeah, this guy, Haiti Liberté. I just mentioned him. I don't memorize all my videos. Okay, this is Haiti Liberté. I know who's been there. Some people have been there and some people haven't. And the people that was there, you could stick together, or you can, go with Chris Hedges and fucking Pink Floyd and all the celebrities. They just fucking ran into the game. Y'all are experienced activists. Get the fuck out of here. You should know better. You really should. But you won't hear about these people now, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter if these people have... I'm here helping promote this organization. Fucking disgusting. Yo, the celebrities were paid to be there. While activists like me, starving, work in the streets to try to get donations just to make it to another day. You know what I mean? They flying out Jackson Hinkle on a fucking plane. The dude's in a fucking suit pushing financial advice. Anyways, yeah, so Jimmy Dore's out here. You know, once again, I guess Fox is the great hero of the whole thing now. You got pushed by Jimmy Dore. And they will Andrew Tate. Okay, this got you some views. Why are you getting views here and then all of a sudden it's dropping? What happens? You're even making shows about your friends here, right? She's trying to get in the train. Katie Halper, Richard Medhurst. She has her own little train as well too, though, yeah? The fact that she's with Steve Grumbine, she turned her back on Steve Grumbine. They don't like that. You're not allowed to be, you have to know your place. And your place is below, Jimmy. You got a nice squad, right? Yeah, you're doing something similar to me, but you're a little bit closer to them. Are they going to take care of you? You're in LA. You're not actually they don't really need you. What are they going to do? Pump you up and then you're from the Southern California area, aka LA area, and then they're going to create another big force in their area who might think freely on their own. Guess what? Yeah, you're playing a losing sucker game. Stop. You think you're so intelligent? Yeah. You're so next level playing fucking 3D chess and shit. You got a whole team behind you. I'm out here for fucking Dolo. See, do you have a link to your website? Do you still have like a ridiculously large team on them? Let's see. Okay. I have old footage videoed on my channel, but they had like 10, 15, like a team of 10, 15 people that were doing all this stuff. It made it look so huge. I don't know about now, whatever. Shane's supposed to hit me up from KRTD, but he didn't, you know. He's scared. These are not the fight. They might mean well, they're not they are not going to fight for freedom in the future. They're too close to the power, and they love the power too much. And this is true for a lot of people around the Assange movement, right? Yeah. They had this event in New York City where they were so proud of the fact that they're supporting a whistleblower, but if they're actually confronted or actually forced to be a whistleblower themselves, that ain't fucking happening. So, I'm gonna check the chat, see if anybody's. I'm sorry if it's not quite I know it's not as coherent as it should be. I'm in pain here, yeah. Face, but if they're actually confronted or actually forced to be a whistleblower themselves, yeah, that ain't fucking happening. Anybody want to say anything in chat? No. I'm gonna check the chat, see if anybody's. I'm sorry if it's not quite Look, the Assange thing really, you know, I see what they're making some moves here, and I'm gonna keep working on the Assange thing. You'll see. But everything that I do is forced to fail because they are deliberately blackballing it. So I will build my following from the ground up, day by day. I will bleed for this. And I will train every single one of them on the way up. This is just urgent stuff for all the people that are coming new to my channel. You know what I mean? Know that when you see me out there sweating hard, that's because I have to. I'm not given any other choice out here. I am not supported by any single of these other. I'm gonna name them right now: Misty Winston, fucking Revolutionary Blackout, Frank Analysis, Jimmy Dore. You know what I mean? They're the ones who are against me. Jackson Hinkle, and there's other people who know about what's going on, like Crystal Ball, Kyle Kalinske, the Vanguard, Brian Graham. These people do know, right? TYT27. I haven't hit people with TYTs too much. Jen Perlman, Katie Halper. These people know what's going on. They are purposely. Kim Iverson. These for sure. She knows about this. These people know what's going on. They've already on their channels have said that they are supporting Jackson Hinkle, as has the LaRouche movement. It's always the choice, right? Yeah. People have morals and standards until it comes to me. Then I have to eat the shit every fucking time. People's Party did it. UPA did it. You know what I mean? They're all willing to trade in an Asian man for the clout because racism against my people doesn't matter and never matters. Look at the history of Asian American men in the progressive movement. Now they're trying to move some in so it doesn't look as bad. I can see, right, the fact, the pressure but the thing is, these people have no leadership role. They don't have anything different to say, and they can't find one because there's too few of us. They're either fucking trained to be a fucking say everything they say and be a powerless fucking wimp, or say some real shit. And I'm bringing some on my channel right now. I got some footage coming up. I've been doing a lot of work. I never stop. There's 4 or 5 videos that are coming out real soon. Yeah, I'm just a little bit busy right now. But the public housing talent competition really could have used some help on that one. Yeah. Matt Ho running straight to their fucking camp. He's running for Senate, or he's running for House of Representatives, North Carolina. running around on Andrew Yang's show. You know what I mean? They seem like they have solid credentials. They seem like the whole North Carolina People's Party knows. The Yang Gang, all the management is white. All the minorities in New York City is with me, but none of them matter enough. The whole fucking Asian American clique in New York City doesn't fucking matter. All the coordinators of the Yang Gang that were in the past who are now quit, they're not willing to come out and say publicly. They've said it here and there. The Queens coordinator came out and said something on my channel. Nobody's gonna reprint that. By keeping this monopoly, they're making money off this. And I'm not saying that I want a piece of the money, but the fact is that some of that money would help the cause, and they're living now at millionaire status because they have Jackson Hinkle being flown around, presenting at youth leadership movements in a suit while he's huckstering out financial advice for your 401k in the stock market. With all his extra money. I have more than 25 years in third parties and 30 years as an activist. I arranged the only third party independent candidate forums in New York City, and I've done more than that. I think that's pretty significant. There was a police reform event with the blessings of Serpico, but none of that can be mentioned. Now it's Misty Winston, right? Yeah? Because they're developing new people out here to reward them and to show the rest of the whole entire YouTube community what they can do to someone like me. They're all being petrified. I'm being made an example of. Everybody who stands on the wrong side of this, history erases a lot of people. I remember being with Franco, and it was like, oh yeah, history will remember you. No, it won't, motherfucker. Just the way history has erased the suffering of the Korean people during the time of their starvation, right? Everybody's saying for Ethiopia, yeah. Let's go take a look at that shit. This is just me ranting. No one, I'm surprised people watching. Why even watch? Why do you care? We are the world. Nobody's, but not if you're North Korean. We are the world. Not if you look like me. Fuck out of here. There are people over there. They're not talking about where my people is. Some people get to be human beings. Yeah. This is a night of fucking music in this country, right? Yeah. Play some rap, some reggae, some salsa, some R&B, some soul, some funk. Nobody looked like me the whole night performing. You know what I mean? Nobody. That's diversity, right? Yeah. The blacks and the whites, some Latinos. And then they're done. There's no more room on the fucking boat. Get the fuck out of here, brown man. Look at the solidarity. USA and Africa, right? Yeah, I'm not saying that's a fucking blessed relationship, because it's not. This is the same time that Koreans are starving. In the same level of starvation. Nobody gave a shit. You know? I don't know if Kim Jong-il's ever gonna watch this. You know what I mean? Apparently he likes videos and stuff. I am fucking a Korean American. I mean, it sounds dangerous to see if he likes me or not, you know what I mean? But how can this... I hope that Kim Jong-il realized watching this stuff, you know what I mean, or anybody, right? Yeah, he's got nukes too. Will these people ever, and I'm just talking about American society in fucking general, not the fucking leaders. You know, the leaders are problematic. The leaders could be replaced by another leader. People say the people are so good, right? Let me show you on my screen right here. We are the world. This is what diversity looks like right here. Not like me. White faces, black faces. Look at all of America coming together. Except for some people aren't really Americans. USA, Africa. The world is the USA and Africa, the white man and the black man, not the Asian man. Fuck Asia, right? So Kim Jong-il, or just Korea, or even, I know the Chinese people rolling a lot with these, what are they called again? Shilla Institute people. They say some nice things, but look at this shit, bro. I saw some Asian Americans at the event this weekend, but what is this shit? There is a societal issue here of racism in this country that is not being addressed, and if you think they're going to treat you well or equally, just look at this shit. You tell me these people want you to be a part of their lives. USA for Africa. When Africans starve, people give a shit. This is Kerberos. I just feel so sick of this. KRTD Media's website is down. I have a new network. They're getting so much support and help. You know what I mean? They have so many people to help them. So many people. I have my own now. People complaining about YouTube and stuff like that. People complaining about, Google and stuff. I'm hosting my own straight up social media network on my channel right here. This is called the Activist Network. I also have something called the Activist Boards. Separate window. It's a little bit slow. It is what it is. Anybody saying anything in chat? Or are you guys just here to monitor? Is anybody gonna speak up for my shit now? Oh, it's right behind the Schiller Institute. Okay, I can use some information. Now I feel you. Okay, I'll put this in here. Yo, what's up? Let me think. What is the story behind the Schiller Institute? Okay, the Schiller Institute is really kind of like an institute that promotes LaRouche. This guy named LaRouche. Why are they picking people like Jackson and Haas? I'm about to show you. I can show you the background behind that. So let's get into that first question right there. And props out to, I believe this is a radicalist left agenda. Now she calls her Nikki Chica. I got the email stuff like that. Like, just hit star whatever, the star like 3-5 or something like that. You can make it so you so when you, if you want to come on, yeah, I could send it. I could send a Zoom link. Nikki, okay. Could have a live stream with a guest right now. It might happen, right? Me and radicalist leftist agenda, or Nikki now. Okay, she needs to shout. Okay, so I'm moving multiple movements of people. Some don't even consider movement, but stand for Assange. They like to think and do for themselves. That's true. Not mad at that. Okay, so I'll just give you some information that I can about the whole Schiller Institute. Okay, so let's just look them up. Let's see what they have to say for themselves. Right? I could say stuff about them. This is my new, without any funding, like fucking what's it called? What was it called? Panquake. Anyways, what I'm looking for, this fucking guy, Schiller Institute. Let's see. Let's see what the Schiller Institute's all about. Bam. So actually, I really am quite new to the whole. I don't really deify like people. I know a lot of people look to, in this organization, really look to LaRouche as maybe some kind of like superhuman figure. And he might be a very gifted person, right? But I've actually, that can be problematic, right? Who says that the people that are right now he's dead. So even if he's a great person, right? Like the people that are interpreting his work doesn't mean that they'll be able to recreate his work, or they still have Jackson Hinkle here. Oh my god. Right, it's Helga, Diane, Sarah, Daniel, Burke, Jackson Hinkle, and who set this up is Daniel Burke. And the reason why Jackson Hinkle is at the front of this is because Daniel Burke's trying to pump Jackson Hinkle. There's also other high-level people in the Schiller Institute that I'm about to drop dime on. And notice that none of them are there. This is also interesting and also potential reveals potential factionalization going on in their organization. We're going to get into that in a moment. Okay. Since I'm doing anti-Assange movement. That's hilarious. I'm mad at that. I have some good stuff from Belush and saw the story that Russia gated him. Okay. So we'll get to the okay. Well, look, the fact that right the people following Assange are fucking misguided and effed up and convinced to do some kind of shady stuff doesn't mean, right? Doesn't mean that that they're all bad, right? So the thing is that, look, okay, so I've actually, right, in real life hung out with these people, and I actually urge y'all to do the same, right? I could say, right, I could just have a knee-jerk reaction, like I've said before many times, right? I don't know how many of you guys I've worked with, right? All groups have factions, and even the LaRouche movement itself has had already a splintering already that I'll go into in a moment. I'll tell you what I've heard, I'll tell you what I can confirm, and I'll tell you some different things that I understand about this particular fact. I think that actually considering the position of some of that I know that you guys feel about the vaccine mandates, I think this is going to be quite relevant for many of you. Okay? So first of all, okay, so yeah, let me actually paint the picture as deep as I know, because I've been actually studying these LaRouche people and the Shillelagh Institute and all this other thing. So the thing is that the LaRouche movement, LaRouche was around during the time of Reagan, so he's kind of like an 80s cat, so these are kind of like leftover people. Now, supposedly the LaRouche movement has ties to the Communist Party. You can look this up on the Wikipedia, and they do not actually deny this themselves. Now, the thing is that, remember that during the 80s, there was a very fierce like anti-communist movement, and there's a lot of this kind of McCarthyism going on. So they actually, there's already proof of this actually existing, right? COINTELPRO, and you know that the Communist Party would be a huge target for this type of thing. So a bunch of these people are, supposedly I guess Communist Party purists, kind of, maybe, because it seems weird because these LaRouchians also have a tie between the U.S. system and the communist system, and I don't really know if this is something they came to independently of Caleb Maupin, which I think is possible, or they may have some links together, because the philosophy, I think Marx said that, he said that Lincoln was his favorite, like, one of his favorite leaders. So the fact that he's naming an American Republican as one of his favorite leaders, you can see the messaging of Haas and Jackson Hinkle at these events, right, with the Lincoln behind him and the communist flag behind that as well, as kind of like tied together. It's gone full, they call it MAGA communism, right? Now the thing is that MAGA ties itself to Trump, and I don't really think that they have their own leadership system. Now let's go talk about Helga for a second, okay? That's the wife of LaRouche. Now, she might be a smart lady, she might be a nice lady, I don't really know, right? But I do feel troubled when I see this whole kind of thing of like, someone was related to them, and because of they're related, they must be somehow having these magical powers. You know what I mean? So, like, maybe Helga LaRouche is the best person to talk about LaRouche and stuff like that, right? But, is Andrew Cuomo, like, then the best, like, governor for New York State because his daddy was, some great governor? It's problematic. Okay, so I see some stuff going on in the chat here. Okay. So anyways, yeah, the LaRouche people, they have some ties to the Communist Party, and the thing is that back in the day, you can look this up, right? They were known for going in and beating up people who were at Communist Party meetings because they thought they were CIA. And maybe they really were CIA, who knows, right? Yeah? Maybe LaRouche is the CIA, right? We know that some people that we've hung out with, right? I don't think anybody in this chat has said this. People that have been in this chat have identified the LaRouche movement as being CIA themselves. Who knows? I don't know. But you can see what their real, and what's good for me to be on the ground is you get to see through their actions and not their words. So we can trace what's actually going on here, right? So anyways, the LaRouche people, they're really into like classic culture. They're into science and stuff like that. I'm more critical of school. But, you know, I'm cool with the scientific bent. You know, I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be bad. There's definitely some upsides to thinking scientifically or, you know, appreciating science. And not just science that's handed to you, but also being skeptical. So I appreciate about the LaRouche people in general, right? Now, the thing is, I was talking about Helga LaRouche, though, and how it's a problem, right? So the thing is that Helga LaRouche wants to implement an international medical record keeping database, something like that. So I know immediately a lot of alarm bells are going to go off in a lot of libertarian type heads. We're going to say, what? Don't be collecting my data. But that's something she is promoting, and I think that also caused a fracture in the party a little bit. Also, there's another faction that I've heard that has just gone full 100% for Trump. I don't know. That's just what's reported to me. There's probably other things going on. Yes. Yes. So the thing is that I believe that this is actually the birth child of a guy named Dan Burke. And you can see Dan Burke over here, right? Yeah. Now, Dan Burke was never really so much at any of the stuff that I saw for the LaRouche stuff. Not LaRouche, I mean Assange. And he's the leader of the youth leadership movement. Oh, it's very scary, yeah? And Burke, Schiller, okay. But these people are also suppressed. Let's go. Okay. Intelligence Review Executive? Okay. Based in DC? Wow, okay. He's probably paid and stuff too, okay. Well, look, it's not hard to find him and Caleb Maupin doing things together, right? So they actually, he was also part of that whole, just so you know, part of that whole CPI Austin and the other CPI stuff, right? Let's take a look. This is Daniel Burke right here. Breaking links, okay. Here we go, right? Yeah, Daniel Burke, Caleb Maupin. So the thing is that Caleb Maupin was also willing to overlook the things of Jimmy Dore, and he knew about the accusations in order to pump up his brand. Now, the fact that Caleb Maupin wasn't there on the front lines, right? Yeah, it didn't make me as bad as Jackson Tinkle, but you know, they knew about it and they knew that I wasn't happy in New York City. Oh, is your channel back? Oh, the YouTube's back, the Twitter's not back. So, you know, you're pretty white boys. You really get involved in some kind of sick, and you're trying to manage the kids, the minds, and stuff like that. I don't really approve the way that he does that, but you know, he's kind of nosy and yo, he's fake, man. It's all over him. So, yeah, really, Caleb Maupin, you're gonna know why he's working with Hinkle, because he sees a pathway in for himself, right? Yeah, and the same thing for Daniel Burke. They're trying to up their following count. That's really what it is. That's a good call. Yeah, exactly. So go follow that Dan Burke thing. That's the connections. The Dan Burke, Caleb Maupin, Jackson Hinkle connection. Notice that there's other people in the LaRouche thing, and let me go to that, right? Like people like Daniel Speed. There's a whole bunch of people that weren't actually at this event, interestingly enough. Yeah. I'm not mad. Okay, so the universal health info could be good, could be bad. Right? But it's just I think that's a little bit more controversial. I'm not saying she has to be good or she has to be bad. I don't really know. She's not here in New York. I don't really interface with her, yeah? But the fact that if you take a look at the whole LaRouche movement, right, who was there at that event? It was Daniel Burke, Caleb Maupin, Jackson Hinkle. We know they run as a crew. We know they kind of got things going on together. There's a lot of other people, right, like Scott Ritter, who they've been doing a lot of stuff recently, Jeff Young. Maybe he'll show up. I don't know. I hope he doesn't. There's a lot of other cats who wasn't really showing up at that event, right, that's in the LaRouche crew, right? Maybe they'll show up later. I don't know. Maybe they'll come out there saying what a great fucking event it was. Yeah, I'm sure Daniel Burke's going to put some pressure on them for this. I mean, Jose Vega decided to show up at that event. I understand that too, it's his moment. But if they're willing to overlook this, and they know about this stuff going on, if they're willing to overlook this stuff, right, then who's the next one to get fucked over? Caleb Moppet. What does Caleb Moppet say he doesn't agree with the LaRue stuff? What LaRue stuff doesn't he agree with? Well, he was actually at the event. I don't know if you guys heard about that, right? He was at that event. They didn't protect, and Lily was with him. And I was quite surprised to see that, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Anything? I feel you. Okay, so anything else concerning about the LaRue stuff? Well, yeah, Yankee Tank cut himself off. Just ask the direct question. I'll try to answer. You know what I mean? I know Jose Vega might be running for office later on. Who? Well, people say that I cut myself. He goes all and then cuts off. Who's that? Yankee Tank, or is that me? Is that me? People might say that about myself too. Yeah, it's rough. They're blackballing me. I still stay loyal to the crew. I'm still rocking with the Tulsi people to an extent, yeah, until I'm fully ejected from that community. But there's people in the Roof movement that like me. You know what I mean? I left that. I'm more upset with Jackson Hinkle than I am with so many people. I'm more upset with Jackson Hinkle than fucking Siraj Patel. Personally, right? Yeah, I'm more upset with him that he's the direct one who's been given, who was there from the whole start of this whole bullshit. If he hadn't taken this deal, then we wouldn't really be in this place right now. But he's really taken it. He's benefited the most off of this shit, off of fucking me over. JFC, what's JFC? No one's perfect. Just effing kidding? I don't know. I don't know what JFC is. No one's perfect. That's true. Jimmy Dore is all right. All right for you. Remember, he's running a monopoly on the Assange movement. Straight up. Oh, I got it. Okay. Yeah. Haas, though, he constantly flip-flops on that, though. I don't really know the Haas stuff. I don't really follow Haas that much. I never really found him that fascinating or interesting. I mean, whatever, I know he's got a following, but I really listen to people if they say intelligent stuff. Like, just the fact that someone's popular, like, Kim Kardashian's really popular, but it doesn't really, like, and maybe she is good in knowing what being popular is, the lifestyle, what that's like. And she's probably an expert in that, you know what I mean? But I don't really care about that. I care about political stuff, and she's not really in that frame. So if she's talking political stuff, I'm not really, I'm not saying she doesn't get to talk, but she's not more than anybody else. But so Jimmy Dore says he'd never vote for Trump. I don't think the Schiller people are trying to vote anybody for Trump. I don't think Jackson Hinkle is. That's why I'm saying, right, it's weird that they're putting Jackson Hinkle in at the leadership of the organization. I'm wondering now, there's actually a lot of people in the Schiller Institute. You can look at them up. His dad, he actually had a fight with his dad, right? I think the Schiller Institute people want to pull him in and then pull in more of his audience into the LaRouche following. And I can see the attraction there. Yeah, it's exactly that, right? He's young and popular, so they want to ride that train. They want to assume the brand and get it, right? Whatever his mistakes are, they can just take his audience, and that's really what it is. So, in order to bring them in, just like Tom Cruise in Scientology, right? Yeah, they're going to create a cult leader follower, right? Yeah, and blow him up, right? Yeah, make him not accountable for stuff for him. Provide whatever he needs to keep him happy, make him the leader, even though you can't really see him promote, right? Just the same way Tom Cruise backs off of Scientology, right? Yeah, at certain times, he's pretty adamant about supporting them, but he doesn't he's not out there making stuff like John Travolta, about thetans and stuff, right? So either way, so you still follow Tulsi, that's cool. Doesn't make sense. She's not joining the Republicans. Actually, I've been keeping track of what she's been up to. I am, a lot of people in the movement. I put a lot into that movement, so I do feel like I'm still moderator of one of the largest Tulsi forums, and I also think that I have some inside knowledge of what's going on there. I'm not going to just whack it out. Oh shit, Tenderlongs, what's up, son? Look, Tulsi has a lot of issues now. She's playing obvious games, and she's also promoting to certain people. I can't deny that for a second, bro. You know what I mean? But she's only calling out some of the military industrial complex stuff and not the others. And I could see some of the points on that, but just coming from Korea and stuff, yeah, he does. That's why we called on Hinkle to help us back in the MPP era. Actually, here's some more interesting information. Tulsi gave Hinkle an exclusive interview, but that interview has been removed from the web. I don't think that Hinkle would remove it because it would get him more numbers, right? So I actually pushed that issue in the Tulsi Locals frame and on the Facebook, and the Tulsi people don't want to acknowledge it either. I think they're a little bit cautious of each other, and I think they're both like, you can see that they're nobody wants to admit that they're wrong or they ever made a mistake. I was actually in the Tulsi Locals chat where Tulsi was there live, and I started asking, like, my insistent way that I will. I was like, do you support Jackson Hinkle? She's like, yeah, Jackson Hinkle, I did a show with him. Ha ha ha. I was like, no. So, yeah, I think she'll remember that one. Caleb had political ideas that's more consistent than most. He's pretty good at understanding the books. As in terms of getting things done in real life, you're wearing that suit a little bit too much, yeah? Caleb does not change policy, play with Luther. Jobson does the flip-flopping, crypting a bit. Okay. He said this, he said that, yeah, he deleted some of them and other not deleted. He's so full of shit, yeah? The Tulsi Locals group, I just couldn't kick up $7 a month for something that wasn't really producing anything or creating any real solutions, right? Remember, we would ask her on Tulsi Locals, we'd be like, what can we do to help this move the movement forward? And she would say, I want you guys to watch Fox News when I'm on there. And when I tweet something, people say it's wrong. I want you to say that I'm right. So the thing is that if you take a look at what her ask is, right, to pump the ratings when she's on Fox, that really actually shows us that maybe she is going for a position on Fox, right, to get a and those people can be quite influential, right? Like those people who are news presenters and stuff. So maybe she's trying to get maybe she could be a future guest on, not The View, but a show like that, you know what I mean? Or maybe a late night talk show or something, Allie went to okay, well. I understand your unhappiness, Allie. I think it's a little bit rough, Tenderlongs. So what if, some people get the government paid for their masters, but I don't know if they're trying to be gatekeepers. They have their own ideas, right, and their own perspective. And it's true that, Allie and Seb's formerly of Gnomes for Truth, who I'm still fans of, okay? I know that you're unhappy with them. And I'm not saying that your critiques of them were wrong, right? Yeah, you're right. They are middle class. You're right. They don't have the same perspective as we do. You're right. Tenderlongs, you're not wrong for that. But to say that they are trying to be gatekeepers for the fringes, I don't know about that, man. They never... I didn't see that, yeah? Either way. Okay, so that's a little bit of the personal stuff going on behind the scenes with me and my own crew that I used to hang out with, but I kind of taken a break from them so I could really focus on taking care of myself and, progressing my political activism, right? Yeah, there was too much hanging out and watching movies and stuff, and that was cool. But, I gotta stay working out. I gotta stay physically fit. I kind of, I can't be watching... I don't really want to watch movies with y'all and, talk about stuff. I want to get things done. Yeah, I went to Trader Joe's and fritter cinnamon rolls at $5. We got to actually, right, the thing is that, okay, even the flour has gone up in price too, right? But we've got to really learn to stop letting these people get in between us, right? Yeah? And we can just do the trading amongst ourselves. You know what I mean? I got something called the weed. I have my own network now. You guys seen this? Yeah, I have my own network, right? Yeah, I have my own This is also a message board you guys can access, right? Yeah. You guys can make your own. You don't have to rely on me or anybody else. Yeah, you can make your own message board, create your own networks, and if anything, if YouTube goes down, they can't freaking censor or manage your stuff, right? Yeah. We need to learn to stop letting the be our interface and controlling, right? Yeah. If you want to get some freaking some cinnamon whatever, you know, things, just make them refined. Someone you click that can. You ain't got to go to Amazon to buy it from some corporate factory. You know what I mean? Okay. They're not middle class, they're rich. Okay, so maybe they're rich. I've actually hung out with a lot of rich people 10 years long. I got to tell you, like being in the music business, just being like the large personality that I am, you know what I mean? Rich people come around and sometimes they want to hang out, you know what I mean? And especially the music, it happens. And sometimes they're fucking dicks, straight up, you know what I mean? It happens, but their perspective is different. And yo, one day, you know what I mean? Yeah, we hang out 10 to man, you know what I mean? But I got love for them, you know what I mean? They see certain things, but I got love for you too. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. You're right about their perspective. I'm not gonna say they're actually Illuminati, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. After making some homemade cinnamon rolls. Well, damn, bro. Then you can make whatever you want, man. I grow my own food, man. You know what I mean? How can you grow? You won't send the link. I want the link to my network, man. Oh, it's on djl7.com. All my... I'm relying on you? Oh, my God. I'm just going to make cinnamon toast. Yeah. Or, yo, honestly, I got cinnamon myself. You can just take a regular piece of toast, throw some fucking cinnamon on there, you know what I mean? And then stamp some raisins on there. It's probably almost as good, you know what I mean? You can just learn to do it different. Yo, learn to make smoothies. Grow your own food if you got to, yeah. You know what I mean? Stop relying on commercial solutions and thinking that they're doing anything but trying to grow you to be dependent on their bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm no raisins. Okay, I thought because I like I think bread and cinnamon. I think raisins because cinnamon raisin. No, okay. Fuck raisins. I ain't mad at you. I have a locals page. You know, I'm off for locals now. You know what I mean? Locals is cool, but once again, right? Yeah, just I'm not mad at it. Do something that's, you know, separate or off the thing. But the thing is that as long as someone else's has the membership of your members, that's the true power. What's the power of a retail business? Let's look at that. I had a retail store. Thing is that the customer list is the true power of your business, right? Yeah, I sell this this toothbrush. Who cares? You know what I mean? Someone else, you know, has the same toothbrush down the street. You know what I mean? You're easily replaceable. What's not replaceable is the connections and the network that you have. Yo, you could grow inside. You got to grow the right crops if you want to make growing inside worth it, you know? Growing inside can be a bear, like dealing with bugs and stuff, but it just is what it is. So, yeah, I should be out hitting today, making some money. If I made some money, then I can't well put it inside. Okay, so, I mean, damn, there's 11. I've never had this many watchers. I don't get 11 watchers. What's going on, yeah? Any other questions? Medea Benjamin's still out here. Honestly, let me give you a little update on Medea Benjamin from the MPP Advisory Council. Yeah? These fucking cowards, yeah? So the thing is that Nick Brana is still talking with Medea Benjamin behind the scenes. They still having heart-to-hearts. You know what I mean? Medea Benjamin. I watched one of his latest things to see what was going on, yeah? They're not even put up the latest ones. So, fuck is this shit? Fucking... And one of these they were talking about he talked about Medea Benjamin and how they've had recent conversation. But if you go to the People's Party pet webpage, where's the advisory council? Oh, here's the site list. Oh, okay. That's cool. It didn't really load properly, so we got the web thing. Maybe they made a mistake right now. Oh, website's down for a moment. They broke it, yeah. Also, there's something called web crawling where you can see everything that's in their directories. I will probably call them at some point and get everything off their whole shit. There's no more advisory council. What happened to it? They just quietly slunk away because they're scared. Yep, all the advisory councils just mysteriously disappeared. I think someone deleted the CSS for the page. Someone deleted the so we just see the bare bone. Okay, that's interesting. This is trash. All right, so anything else, y'all? Anything else want to know about like the Assange thing? Yeah, grow inside. What up? Yeah. Buying anyways. Grocery outlet has cinnamon rolls. You bake hella cheap. Yeah, exactly. You know, what I mean, you got to learning to be self-sufficient. You know what I mean? There's other like honestly, you can like oatmeal is just a cheaper grain, and it's probably better for you. And it just takes a minute to prepare. You know, what I mean, we're so used to just buying things like that are already done for us. We're buying our own slavery. That's all you're doing. And so, I don't have much else to say. You know, I know that you're worried about like, you know, the calls and stuff. You don't give me your number, but there's a code you can put in your phone, like star something, and it makes it so when you call somebody, they don't get your number back. Or just hit me in Discord or something. I got an El Polo Local. What is that? Coupon in the mail to use for lunch. What's for lunch? DGL7. I usually go out and hit and play on the train, and then I make enough money to eat at like, you know, some cheaper Chinese restaurant. Assange is the feds. Assange's handlers are probably controlled by the feds, almost 100%, right? Yeah. And they're sucking up all the money. Popeyes, okay. Brown sugar oatmeal, yeah, do whatever, man. Live your life, you know what I mean? Live, you know what I mean? All right, so, yeah, this is cool, but we're just talking about random stuff now, you know what I mean? We don't really have all day, so. Hey, thanks for hanging out. You know what I mean? I can't believe I have 10 people watching my channel right now. That's crazy. All right. Shout out to all of y'all, and I'll see y'all soon, all right? Hit me up if there's anything that you want, and let's do a show if you guys want. Maybe I'll have a live stream later or something. I don't know. Yeah, maybe even later today. I don't know.